All right, ladies and gentlemen, you are welcome to another great episode on your favorite political talk show, The Truth with Ben Jokes. Now, it is very difficult to go one whole day discussing politics in Nigeria and issues of insecurity won't pop up. And when I say that there is a lack of political will to fight insecurity in Nigeria, I know exactly what I'm saying. The boldness with which terrorists carry out their operations, especially under this administration, is scary. Before the Christmas Eve attack in Plateau State, they actually wrote to the community, notifying them of their impending attack. The community informed security forces. They said, look at the letter we got from terrorists. They informed them properly, but yet that attack took place and it was very successful for the terrorists. Now, in the past, the military told us that these guys were hard to fight because they were using the guerrilla tactics, meaning they avoid head-on confrontation with the army. What they do is they come out, they strike the victims or they attack the army and then they run back into hiding. But that is far from what has been happening in the Northwest, and definitely very different from what has been happening in Niger State in the last 5 days. Before I show you the shameful thing going on in Niger State right now and how Nigerians have reacted to it, let me quickly show you this update. Now, there was a heavy shite protest in Abuja today. This mammoth, endless crowd of young Nigerians flooded the streets of Abuja in protest. They were not protesting against the hunger and hardship in the land. They were not protesting against the failure of the government of the day. Their protest was against the war between Palestine and Israel. What a shame. They said the killings of Palestinians must stop, and they are the ones to stop it by protesting here in Nigeria. Look at that mammoth, jobless crowd.
Yeah, to say. No, we do anyhow or collect.
You see what you talk.
They say what is stop.
Palestine genocide.
Stop waiting.
Palestine genocide.
And zonally. Have a small thing. Then at least we go. These are now women, no.
Women.
Now women. Yeah, now women. These are now women.
We never talk.
You saw that. And it was an endless crowd of young people in Wuse today. Energy that should have been channeled into doing something productive. Obviously, the number of people that have developed mental problems in this country is alarming. And look at how Nigerians reacted. Look at some of the tweet reactions. This tweet by Engineer Shaibu says, of all the things to protest about, it is for faraway Palestinians, shite indeed. I'm telling you. And this tweet here says, it might sound good, but this could also be a sign of joblessness, especially when you have a lot to fix in your own dead country. Chai. And this tweet here says, you don't protest killings and kidnappings of your loved ones here in Nigeria. I don't know the sort of people I share citizenship with. It's such a shame. It's so painful. And this tweet here says, but they can't hold rally against the government that is using hunger to deal with them. Misplaced priorities everywhere. That is it. Now, let us look at that scary security situation in Niger State. Mina, Niger State. This is actually scary and shameful at the same time. And let us not forget that Mina is the capital city of Niger State. So whatever terrorists can achieve in Minna is achievable in the entire perimeter of that state. Let's look at what is happening in Minna. Look at how the papers reported it. Armed hoodlums attack Muslim worshippers in Niger State during Ramadan prayer. Armed hoodlums reportedly blocked Kuta Road in Minna, the Niger State capital, at around 1 a.m. and attacked Muslim worshippers who were going for Tahajjud prayers. One of the residents of the area, Aliyu Isa, who confirmed the incident, said hoodlums armed with dangerous weapons have been openly holding residents hostage in Minna for the past 5 days, Vanguard reports. Isa said that areas the hoodlums mostly operate were Pagungu, Soje, Anguandaji, Limawa, Ogbomosho, among others. The Niger State Police Public Relations Officer SP Wasiu Abiodun, who also confirmed the incident, said that the police were on top of the situation. Believe them at your own peril. For 5 consecutive days, these guys were brandishing their weapons up and down, molesting, terrorizing the people of all those areas mentioned. And no security. You cannot tell me that the report did not get to them. And need I remind you that this is the same Niger State where terrorists using extremely sophisticated weapons ambushed soldiers last year and killed many of them. Then they went ahead and used those weapons to bring down a military aircraft. They ended up killing 36 soldiers according to channels. And when the governor of the state came out, in his address, he said force should not be used against the terrorists, that we should use the non-kinetic approach against them. What happened? At the end of the day, the whole thing was swept under the carpet. And a lot of people see this as privilege. I don't, because people will say if these things happen in southern Nigeria, soldiers will flood the place, but when it happens in northern Nigeria, they will let them be. How is it a privilege that terrorism is allowed to thrive in your region? I don't understand how these northern guys could see this as a privilege. Now look at what is happening in Niger State. The terrorists are now freely terrorizing the people to the point of carrying out terrorist activities, holding up their weapons in broad daylight all day for 5 consecutive days. I'm not talking about 5 minutes nor 5 hours, 5 consecutive days. And that is it. The APC has ruined northern Nigeria, and the first step to rising from their ruins is for them to reject anything APC. Because the first thing you need to eliminate the menace of insecurity is political will. And that political will, I don't see it in the APC. Let me show you this shocking update, for example. After Sahara Reporter's story, Nigerian military pays 1 month out of 3 months allowances owed to personnel on anti-banditry operation in Zamfara. Now, if you really want to end banditry, would you owe personnel that are on anti-banditry operation? The Nigerian military has paid 1 month out of the 3 months allowances owed to its personnel on anti-banditry operation Hadarin Daji in Zamfara State. Sahara Reporters had exclusively reported that some personnel of the Nigerian Army lamented the delay in the processing of the payment of their operational allowances for the month of January, February, and March 2024. One of the officers who spoke with reporters on Tuesday noted that soldiers, sailors, and police personnel in Operation Hadarin Daji in Zamfara had not been paid for 3 months. The source also lamented being fed bad food, noting that their rice contained stones. Soldiers, Navy personnel, and policemen at Operation Hadarin Daji here in Zamfara have not been paid January, February, and March operation allowances. Also, we eat rice filled with stones every day, he told reporters. However, reporters on Thursday gathered that there was jubilation in the camp as the military paid 1 month out of the 3 months owed allowances. They paid us 1 month allowance yesterday. It was just like magic. It came after a long wait. one of the soldiers told reporters. These are the people that are serious about fighting banditry. Have you seen it? Is there any sign of seriousness here? When they talked about increasing electricity tariffs, it happened in less than 24 hours. When they talk about their own allowances, it happens with speed of light. But the people that are fighting banditry, you owe them for 3 months. But I don't expect anything less under the APC. That is why I keep telling Nigerians that for us to have the country of our dreams, we need to put sentiments aside, come together and get these guys out of power. But until then, make I still enter town. Make I go get some ogbonge political news wey una go like. Why? Because of una. Now I dey here, so don't go away.